Okay, so this is Girlfriend Guide for Guys' response to Depressed Unwanted Man. I haven't watched this video yet, so this is gonna be one of the videos that I react to where I haven't. This is the first time that I'm watching it. So let's get right to it.
I hate everybody. Jesus Christ. Why won't Miranda pay attention to me? Why won't she say something? Why won't she try to help me out? No.
Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Amanda, as in who's that? A man, duh, and I'm here to hopefully make it as your future wingman, or Moran, duh. I got a bachelor's degree in the fine arts and a master's in the art of pickup, and I'm here to turn you fine ASS simps into forever freaking pimps. Let's go! Now, please don't mind the pimple on my Jewish nose, and I don't say that to actually be anti-Semitic in any sort of way. It's just, it's a popular comment amongst my YouTube following, if you will. So it's now been highly requested of me for a while to make a video responding to Depressed Unwanted Man.
Yeah, a lot of people have been on that whole Depressed Unwanted Man bandwagon, you know. So I mean, this was bound to happen. I mean, even when he was live streaming before, she's watching it. We all know she's watching, but of course, not to say anything though
Also
in
known
the
as
in the
James,
chat.
also known as Dumb, here on YouTube. And if you are unfamiliar with that
DUM,
situation,
not
I
dumb,
will link
not dumb
below
with a B.
some Doomer Chronicle
That's
videos
his
if you are
abbreviation.
interested in better understanding the context to me uploading this video. So I want to first clarify that no, I am not a licensed professional yet. I am also still a dating coach. Yes, I still coach. If anybody's interested, Depressed Unwanted Man has me on a sort of pedestal, so maybe in some way, shape, or form, this video will help. First things first. Depressed Unwanted Man and his parasocial relationships. I want to start off by saying that when you're isolated and in your house for a very long time, and you're also consuming internet content like social media, more specifically content creators, it is absolutely, completely normal to develop a parasocial relationship. A parasocial relationship can help fill the void that is there when we're not connecting with other humans. And one thing to become aware of is that Depressed Unwanted Man developed a parasocial relationship with both me and Todd. In your imagination, I became your sort of romantic interest, and Todd became your friend slash inspiration, somebody that you look up to. When people online bring us a lot of happiness, we tend to cling to their opinions to form an identity when we are not experiencing the world, especially on a social level ourselves. And as somebody who's had a lot of parasocial relationships with content creators herself throughout the years, for those of you viewers that are wondering, it's actually not as bad as it looks. It's actually quite normal. I am just a distraction for a Depressed Unwanted Man to use as a means to escape his thoughts and his current situation, such as his financial standing and the job and the lack of benefits where he works. I am just
I can agree to that because I mean it's either two places he's mainly at. He's cooped up in his house or he's at his job. I mean, he works 70, 80 hours a week for like God knows how long. I mean, I heard for the past 20 years. I heard it was like the past few years. I don't know, but he's been working a lot of hours, and that can really destroy you, especially since how much he hated his job.
Serving as a distraction from the pain of confronting the current obstacles in your reality. And then in terms of Todd, I think Depressed Unwanted Man, you looked up too much to Todd, that you actually lost who you originally were and you became him. I'm not the only person who has thought of this or has been noticing this. It makes
Many
me
people
sad
have
because
many people who have watched Todd. They even even not like a fan of his, but just some of his videos, they already know he's acting. He's trying so hard to be like Todd. I mean, of course, Todd is not some. He's not. No disrespect to Todd, but he's not a role model You know, like a guy sitting at home collecting neat bucks is not really a role model you want to look up to.
Because I believe the reason why you got a following so quickly in the first place is because you're not like Todd. You are your own self. You are your own person. And people respect authenticity on this platform. That's why they respect Todd. But it's because he's being true to himself. And by you accidentally emulating Todd unconsciously from forming a parasocial relationship with him, you forgot who you are deep down. And you and Todd are fundamentally different. Todd, intrinsically, by nature, is very pessimistic and cynical. Depressed Unwanted Man, intrinsically, by nature, is very optimistic in consuming so much on.
She's kind of knocking Todd down. I mean, yeah, but that's kind of a blow on Todd, dude. I'm not a fan of Todd Thundercock, but that was kind of a blow on him, dude.
Content and being addicted to your primal instincts. Somewhere during that process, Depressed Unwanted Man sort of lost his authentic self, and that is what we all want him here on YouTube to get back. Nobody is watching you for Todd, everybody is watching you for you. So in spite of your current situation being as difficult as it is, working at a job that doesn't appreciate you in the way that you deserve to be appreciated, as difficult as that situation is, you have to remember that underneath it all, you are not pessimistic and you are not like Todd. You are a very optimistic person and you actually care about kindness, and you're just different than Todd in that way. So I ask you to sort of reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your inner child, and don't forget about that. But my other point is that you have to stop demonizing and judging yourself for your thoughts. I want you to currently close your eyes, and if you're watching this, feel free to close your eyes too. I'm being very serious. And while your eyes are closed, I urge you to think about a place, like what your car looks like if you're not currently sitting in your car. If you're currently in your car, think about what your house looks like. Think about something that's not currently in the room with you and what it looks like. Now, after doing that for some time, I want you to get that picture in your head, that image, you see it, good. Now open your eyes. Now, with your eyes open, I want you to become aware of the room
It's
that
some
you are
visualization
currently in
exercise.
your
It does
hands,
help in a
and
way.
everything that's right in front of you. In this moment, I want you to draw the
I mean, like, visualization did help me in the past, you know, and it still helps me to this day. That's how I was able to get a job before.
distinction
Just kind of throwing that
between
out there.
what you had just imagined with your eyes closed and this direct experience, and realize that the first one was just your imagination, your fantasy, and not an actual reality. And the second you opened your eyes, you opened yourself to direct experience. And I want you to ground yourself in the room where you're watching this video right now. You have to draw the distinction between what's been going on in direct experience versus what's been happening in your head. Because
I mean,
right now, what's in front of you, this is all that's ever existed. You haven't gone anywhere. You've just gone many far places within your own mind. So what I'm saying is, Depressed Unwanted Man, in this past week when you've been losing your mind, you haven't actually done anything wrong. You haven't committed any crime. You haven't hurt anybody. The only person that you've been hurting right now is yourself. All you've been doing is scrolling through TikTok all day. I recommend you not to be driving, okay? Maybe driving right now
it's okay. Well, I'm gonna let her
something
finish.
threatening and something that's dangerous for you that you shouldn't be doing. So I recommend that you don't drive. But other than the driving thing, you really have just been having a bit of a mental breakdown. You haven't actually hurt anybody. You're not screwed. There can still be a fresh, brand new beginning for you.
I mean, you know what? I can agree to many of this stuff here. I can agree, of course, you know, you gotta focus on your working on yourself and whatnot. But all this stuff, you know, it's easier said than done, and especially when you get into your middle age or 40s, it like when you have like so many years of rejection and like not being loved by like your family, friends, or well, quote unquote friends, I would say, or pretty much society in general, it really fucks you in the brain. I mean, just look at Love Left Me Forever. He's already in his 60s and his mind is so warped. It's gonna be really, it's gonna be extremely difficult for him to turn it around. But at least with Depressed Unwanted Man, yeah, he could still turn things around. Especially, as I mean, 40s is kind of up there. I mean, that's why it's hard to. But there's still ways that he can do it. And but again, I'm not saying this is this is easy. This is really difficult. You know.
Not as crazy as you might think. You didn't actually lose your mind. You just started binge drinking in your own home and had the desire to quit everything and give up on life. My recommendation for you, Depressed Unwanted Man, is to set yourself the goal to walk to an AA meeting. Or I know they definitely have a lot of online ones that you can join. So if you really can't walk there, then I guess you can do that. But try to go outside, go on a walk to an AA meeting, and start there. And I just want to remind you that right now you may feel like you're useless or you lack value, but you truthfully don't. If it makes you feel any better, the videos that Doomer Chronicles have been uploading and the kind words that you have said about me and the Queen of the Incels poem that you made about me, really just want to say that I appreciate you, and you might have forgotten, but you do actually have value in this world. And a lot of people here on YouTube actually do care about you and want to see you get better, and you obviously have a shot at getting a girlfriend. Obviously, I see that for you coming very soon, but you have to get sober and you have to allow yourself to have this new beginning. Also, one thing that I forgot to add.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I got mixed thoughts about this. I mean, let me finish
Is
this.
stop focusing on what's not been working out. The reason why I say this is because the more focus you put into that, the more hyper aware of it you'll become, and the more it'll make you go insane. So even though you're not currently getting laid, like, put a pin in that and don't think about that for right now. Don't focus so much on that. I believe like you might have adopted that behavior from Todd. And if I seem not concerned enough in this video, it's because overall, James, like, I 100% believe that you are capable of getting through this and building a better life for yourself. So I'm not, like, overall, like, detrimentally worried for you, because I believe that you'll be fine. Like, I believe you can get through this. Somebody else here on YouTube, I'll put up their username or comment, was talking about the fact that you were in such a good place and then you kind of derailed here
Yeah,
online.
everybody thought
A
that.
lot of times
He
before a
he
big
he was he. I mean, he got rid of the drinking, or he claimed it. He said he stopped drinking. He stopped uh, fascinating on Amanda. He stopped with all this. He started taking care of his parents, and yeah, I mean, he pretty much corrected himself all the way, with the exception of his overspending. That was the one thing that he's still screwing up on. But and then all of a sudden this happens. I guess the path to recovery is just really difficult, though.
big lifestyle change comes in our life, our sort of survival ego freaks out and sabotages us from having that new change because change is scary. But your old lifestyle, your old job, this old way of being has to change. And you may not believe me, but I swear there is absolutely hope for you if that means anything. I can see things turning around for you, but you have to put in the work and effort to quit drinking. And don't just replace that with smoking, like, actually do it.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, let me go read the comments here. Well, I know she just posted it. Said word. Okay. All right. I know she just posted the video. And I actually stumble upon it on my feed.
I
So
hate everybody. Jesus.
yeah. Somebody left a comment on my last video but deleted it. He said, a lot of these Inkwell Black Pillar Doomer guys have no clue what they're asking for. I have been pretty much, what was it? I pretty much haven't been single since sometime in high school. I'm married with a kid. I look at these guys and I'm somewhat envious of their single bachelor lifestyle where they get to do whatever they want without having to worry about the needs of a family. I wish I had spent more time on my own being single. The grass always seems greener on the other side. So, yeah, he's pretty. so I guess like depending on certain situations, like what this guy is talking about, he wishes to be single again, or at least have some taste of being single. While a lot of these black pillars, they wish to have somebody in their life. I mean, for me, I'm kind of like, there's that part of me that wishes to be with somebody, but heck, I got my ass taken advantage of like years ago, so that's why I'm not even thinking about it too much yet. But I mean, it's all about perspective, and I do feel like I mean, Miranda's trying to give depressed unwanted man some advice, even though I mean the kind of shit that he said to her was just downright. He said about her was like, oh god. I mean, was like pretty like it was quite the show. But yeah, I know she's trying to, but I do again, I do feel like James, depressed unwanted man, he needs somebody around his age, just giving him this advice, or just like helping him out. I don't know. It's like, but